we learn to navigate. All right, let's turn this over to Miss Hazina Williams.
All right.
Hi there.
Hi, let me get on to navigate and share my screen. Okay, so to be able to navigate, the first thing would be to go onto your MyVVC account. So let's go back. So from vvc.edu, you guys are going to click right here where it says MyVVC. We're going to click that, and it automatically logged me in because I'm already logged in, but normally you would have to log yourself in. And then right here where it says navigate student is where you guys are going to click. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And then you're going to get this little pop-up browser that will say like, hey, do you want to install the extension? If you want to have it on your computer, then you guys are more than welcome to do that. If not, then just click where it says continue to website, and then you're going to sign in again. And this is going to be your navigate. So for your Explorer, it's just going to have what you need to do. So right here, it says like I have 23 things that I probably should be doing. So if I check this, it's going to tell me what I should do. So it'll tell you like to apply for financial aid, if you need to take your review, your assessment test or placement survey, if you have to do your orientation, anything that you need that the school wants you to do is going to be right here so that you guys can kind of have a checklist to check that stuff off. On this side right here is basically different areas that you guys can click on. So if I want to make an appointment with the counselor, you no longer have to call the counseling department. You can actually make an appointment yourself. So if you click on appointments, it's going to tell you where do you want to schedule an appointment, and then it'll ask you what kind of appointment that you want, and then you can click counseling, and then you can just go through whichever questions or help that you need. So that way you don't actually have to call the counseling, you can make it yourself. The resources will tell you the different resources that we have here on campus. So if you guys have any questions about athletics or the CalWorks program or any type of these programs, you guys can click on them, and then it'll give you the information about where that program is located, the phone number for me to call, and all the different information that I might need for that. And then if you guys click where it says class schedule, it's going to tell you what class you're enrolled in for the upcoming semester and the semester that we're currently in. So I'm a student here, but I'm not enrolled in classes for winter. So that's why nothing is coming up, but I am enrolled for a class in spring. So it'll tell you your course is for spring 2021 term. It'll tell you the information that you might need. So let's say that I want to register for a class, because that's what most people want to do when they get to navigate. So up here, you'll see two different tabs. You'll see where it says Explore and Planner. We're going to click on Planner, and that's how you're able to register for your classes. So on this side right here, it's Plan Suggestions. This is just saying, I said that I wanted to have a degree for sociology to transfer. So in order for me to get that degree, these are the classes that I need to take. You don't necessarily have to take these classes. So if there's classes that you want to take that are not listed on here, that's perfectly fine. And you do not need to take any of these classes. That's just in case if there are classes on here, then you can just drag those classes over to whatever semester that you're interested in. So let's just say that I want to take, I already completed all of them, so it's not gonna let me do it. So we're gonna search for a class manually. So where it says completed, that means that the class that was needed for that elective, I've already completed. If it says planned or enrolled, that means that that class I have planned to take or that I'm currently in the class now. So I can't drag any of these over, so we're gonna manually search. So if we click on this magnifying glass right here, right? Let's say I wanna take an English class. So I'm gonna type in English, and then I'm gonna click search. You do not put anything under course code because you don't need to. You're just gonna type in the English under keyword and then click search, and it's gonna list every class that we have that has something to do with English. And it's gonna be a lot. So it's kind of hard to navigate, but what you want to do is the classes right here, what I'm looking for is English 101 because that's the class that I need. So I'm going to scroll all the way through until I see English 101. And you see that's not listed here. That's because there's a lot of English classes and we can't always fit them in here. So if that happens, what you can also do is if I go to course code and I type in English-101 and then click search, oops, bingo. Hmm. You need to have the exact code or it doesn't come up. So let's see what it is. Okay, we'll just do English 81. So if you go to where it says English 81, and then we're going to click add to term, we're going to select the term. So we're going to click spring, and then we're going to click add to term. And you guys see right here where it says spring 2021, it has a class here. In order, you're not enrolled in the class. So a lot of people think that once you add it into the thing, you're done and that's it. That's not true. So in order for me to add for this class, I have to go to where it says view or edit schedule. And then a little error is going to pop up because I haven't registered for English 101 yet. So we're just going to say I'll fix it later. Now it's going to take me to my course schedule. So if I go right here where it says English 81, I can click the sections button. And then it's going to tell me where I am. So it's going to say that there is one class available. So up here it says available, it says conflicting, and it says full. The available class are the classes that you want because that means that the class is open and there's not a wait list for that class. If this class didn't work for you and you wanted to go to another class, you can click where it says full and you can add yourself onto the wait list by clicking on this little 3-line button that's on the left-hand side of the class. But we're going to go to available because that's what you guys want to do. We're going to go to add section. Now you're going to see that that English 81 class has a little yellow line telling me that there's something wrong with that. So I'm going to click where it says view co-requisites. And it's going to tell me the reason why it's not going to let me register for English 81 is because it has another class called English 101. So English 81 is the co-requisite of 101. It's like a support class for students that might need that extra help. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. And then I'm going to click where it says add to my term plan. And now it's going to let me register for the class. I'm not actually going to register for it because I don't want to take English 101, but now it will. So you're just going to click where it says register, and then you'd be able to register for that class. So that's how you guys are going to be able to do that. Right here where it says register, there normally would be a number right here, but like I said, I'm not going to register for it. So that's why there's not a number. But in most circumstances, it would. So if we go back to your planner, so whenever you guys want to add other classes, you can never add it from that screen that we were currently in. You have to be in this screen to be able to add courses. So if I take this one and go over here, and let's say I want to take a sociology course, right? It's the same process. So you see now, if I typed in sociology and Soc 101 came up, we're going to click add to term, spring, add to term. I'm going to show you guys how to add yourself onto the wait list of it. Hopefully there is one that's there. Same thing, view your edit schedule. It's going to take me to my planned courses. We're going to click on intro to Soc. And then we're going to click on full this time because I want to add myself to a waitlist class. So you see right here, it says waitlist available. That means that that class is full, but the teacher is accepting a waitlist for that course. I click right here. I click add to waitlist. You'll have this little error that'll pop up saying like the course is full, but they have a waitlist option. You're going to click add me to the waitlist. And it's pending. And let's see, once the rainbow wheel stops, if it adds me. Taking a long time. Okay, but what will happen while that's waiting is it'll say See, it says like our system is currently handling your request. So once it enrolls me in a waitlisted class, up here where above scheduled courses, it'll say waitlisted courses, and then it's going to have the classes that I'm waitlisted for. And then on the beginning of the semester, you email the professor, you let them know that you're waitlisted for the course, and if they give you a code, then you enter your code right here. I know that was a lot of information, and it's really difficult, but if you guys have any questions or anything, I'll put my information in the chat and you guys can email me or text or call me, and I'll be able to assist you guys that, or they also have videos on the counseling webpage about all this information too. Are there any questions?
Hi, Hazina. This is Chris Nunez. Thank you so much for this presentation. I have a question. So for those of us living in the dark ages, I just want to clarify that this is how you register for classes now. Directing somebody to WebAdvisor is a thing of the past. Is that right?
Correct, yes. So you're going to be using
Okay.
Navigate to register for classes from here on out.
All right. So any dinosaurs out there like me, stop directing people to WebAdvisor.
Yes.
Wonderful. For those of you participating, please make sure you take down Ms. Williams' email address. Obviously, she is a guru at making sure that we can navigate.